Hey yo, divine earthlings of the universe. What is up? What is up? What is up? I do hope that you all are having a good day, a good night, whatever time it is for you. Peace, love, light, blessings, and namaste to you all. Today is 5/11/2025, May 11th, and it's a portal day. It's a 511 portal day. And it's also a celebration of Mother Earth and physical mothers, spiritual mothers, step mothers, blended mothers, whatever kind of mother you are to nurture humanity, celebrating yourself today. And so, yeah, we're going to look up 511 as well. And as I start, it is 11:21, which is about to be 11:22 as well. But before I proceed with this message, I am not a psychic. I am just a messenger here to provide the purest love and light vibes from the Most High Creator, my spiritual team, guides, Guy of the universe, the Most High Source, in the purest love energy possible. Therefore, we remove any dark entities, dark energies, evil eye vibes, evil eye vibers, negativity from this space. We keep it divinely protected in the love, light, and glow of the Most High Creator, our spiritual team, our archangels, and our ancestors. All right, we cleanse out the energy. I already prayed over the space as well. And this is a non-judgment zone. This is a healing zone, a clarity zone, uplifting zone, zen zone, spiritual zone for those who need it. If it don't resonate, don't force the Cinderella slipper. All right, don't fit that slipper if it don't fit. And do not eat the food on the plate if you don't like it. I may not be the reader for you. All right. You might resonate with another reader. That's cool. 144 on the timer. A lot of my messages may resonate with the 144 chosen. I don't know. I just saw that on the timer, and I just saw 155 on the timer. So my messages may not be for everyone, and I get that. But thank you for those who have been joining so far, and that just resonates. That's just been rocking with the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. You can always thumbs it up if it does pertain, or just to keep it circulating. And you can always email me if you're interested to connect. I will be sending out some emails today. I told myself, y'all, my personal life has been chaotic. Ooh, child, it's been a lot. So anyway, you can always connect with me though via email, and Patreon information will be coming out this month as well. So let's proceed. This is part 4 of the Center's movie energy or downloads that I received. I just did a part 3 yesterday. So part 4, I heard domino effects of culture class. I'm hearing classing now, or classification. Okay. Let me see. Classification. Classy. I'm hearing class act as well. Okay. So this is Sinners Part 2, the movie Sinners. For those of you who have seen it, for those of you who haven't, hopefully I don't spoil anything. I'm gonna try to talk about it without spoiling or going into particular parts, but it might be hard not to at times. I do have part 1 through 3 already uploaded if you want to watch that. And it's basically just the downloads that I received watching that movie. And I want to go ahead and continue the messages. So let me go to 511 spiritual meaning first, and then we'll dive into my messages that I wrote down. Okay, so spiritually, 511 is an angel number. It reminds you to prioritize your spiritual growth, connect with your higher self, follow your inner guidance, and trust in the divine plan. Spiritual development will lead you closer to your life's purpose. Exactly. So you can look up 511 and see what that means. Also, it's a powerful number to symbolize a positive change, spiritual growth, and balance. Okay? Spiritual growth is really here, all right? Changes and new beginnings in your life. It's an important message about that from your angels. It means changes coming for your love life. You may meet someone new or realize your current partner is your soulmate, or learn that you're happier. Let me see. I had to click on it. I don't know. Well, let's see. 511 may mean your relationship will evolve. If you're in a relationship, take angel number 511 as a sign that you and your partner will begin a new chapter in your love life. This new chapter may involve taking the relationship to the next level, whether it's moving in together, getting married, or just committing to the relationship. But it also means ending the relationship if it no longer serves you. Yeah. So your relationship could be sparking. You could be on sparks with this person. I'm hearing you're happy if you are in a connection, okay? And if you're not, the next connection you get into, you're going to be more intentional about it. And you're going to pay more attention to the other person's intentions towards the connection with you as well. So even with the movie Sinners, relationships and soul energy was with the twins Stack and Smoke. They each had a divine feminine energy in their life that they had history with. And then it was time to decipher if this is truly the divine counterpart for them or not. And one of them had to find out. Okay, we'll just talk. Because one of the twins in the movie, the feminine energy that he was connected to, she seemed very classy, right? She had a class about her, but she also wasn't even of his nationality. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I see how this is coming in. Because I wrote the movie Sinners Part 2, Domino Effects. So domino effects of culture clashing. And politricks and Hollywood stars. And then I heard star status is changing, and I heard intergalactic. So star statuses are changing. More like intergalactic beings are becoming stars out here because you're lighting up the darkness. So a lot of the Hollywood stars that we see in the physical world, it's like Hollywood is falling down right now. Star status is changing right now. And so with the movie Sinners, it kind of like had this, so many different messages coming out, so bear with me. Because culture clashing, the guy who, well, which one? The twin? I think it was Stack. Can't remember. But the twin who had an interracial lover, she could pass for white or black. And so the thing about it is she could play both sides. So maybe that's why I heard class act. She was classy and she could act and play for both sides in a way. Because she could pass for white or she could pass for black or mixed or whatever, right? But Politricks, I wrote that next. Yeah, it's like playing both sides. So even with her cultural background, she could play both sides and possibly trick people. And she had a statue of I'm hearing like Statue of Liberty. She had like this liberating approach to trick people in a way. 9/11 on the timer. So this movie also talks about cultural division and how if you could pass for a white Caucasian person, because that's basically what it is, then you're able to gain more statue of liberty, like vibes. Does that make sense? But I'm also hearing like statute of limitations. Instead of being limited, you have more liberation to do whatever. And see, that movie highlighted how cultural division can start clashing, and it creates a domino effect of keeping the world in this competitive kind of vibe or egotistical vibe towards other races. Because I also wrote, so at 10:10 a.m. I started to clear off my desk for this reading. And okay, then I heard declare and decree deck. So I have to open that deck for this message. Let me get it. Oh, there's a card that stayed on top of it. What is this? The moon. Okay. See, a lot of things have been hidden right now in this universe. And you're here to expose the domino effects of cultural clashing, even like, excuse me, spiritual birth. This is a topic that needs to be discussed openly without people getting offended or becoming defensive. And that movie may have people being defended about their race or their background, their cultural upbringing. Because what I'm receiving too is so I wrote down revelations. This movie was like about revelations. You had the devil basically 11:33 on a timer that shows up to try to collect innocent souls and chosen ones from joining them and not staying pure on their pure walk. You have like a lot of demonic entities that wanted to come, and that's why energy vampires in the movie has vampires, because they turn each other into vampires. And if you are on a weaker, low vibrational plane without using your discernment, it can really alter your perception about your own life or the life or other people in your life, or the world, period. And it can also alter your reality. So Sinners, the movie, is talking about how cultures all these years have been divided, but it's like we try to unite. There's no unification here. There's nothing unified. And in the Black community, because I am a Black woman here, okay, African American, however you want to classify me, I am African descent for sure. All right. And the thing is, every cultural race of people have their own like separate I don't want to say inventions, but purpose here. Let's put it that way. But competition comes in, or racism comes in, because I heard revelations, and I heard music, movies, economic, then I heard racism. And then Spirit told me to write race. Then I heard compete, and I heard completion. Okay, completion. Then I heard competition amongst race and culture tactics. Then I heard tacky. So the Most High is like irritated because there's been a competition amongst races and cultures and being the dominant one. And it has created this whole ass domino effect. So in this movie is highlighting like how each race has played a part in history. But how each race, when you minding your business and staying in your lane and you think that you doing a good deed, or money is, again, this movie talks about greed, money, power. So they use money to buy some land, and now you feel like you own this land, but the people that you're buying the land from feel, oh, you don't own this land just because you gave us some money. No, you still don't own it. It's still our land. And they still want to overpower the land that you paid for, and then try to come back and take it from you again. It's a cycle of hatred. So that movie identifies the hatred, even when you feel like you did a good deed, you paid off whatever you needed to pay, but at the end of the day, whoever feels like they're in control. They want to keep the control. I know this sounds so fucking choppy because I kind of want to stop this. I kind of want to stop this message because it's coming out very, very like choppy. Because the thing is, there's a lot of politricks going on that people know is choppy out here. People know these politricks are tacky. Who really gonna speak on it though? It's like a big ass elephant in a room, people sweeping it under the rug, and it's huge as shit, and nobody want to talk about the shit. Shit about to hit the fan in. Because it's a lot of people that's been silenced for way too fucking long. In these movies, because I did hear music, movies, and economic. So music and movies tie into the economy. Now, music and movies are being affected because of the economy. Let's think about that. The economy looking a haywire mess of shit out here. Like, and when I said that, I'm just seeing like all of the shit from like, excuse my language, y'all, but I'm just hearing like this is a big ass mess of shit. And all I can see is like horse shit. You know, when horses are walking and they have the carriage rides, and then they have to have like a little basket back there to catch their shit, because they could just be walking and drop shit as they walking. And here you are on this romantic carriage ride with your loved one, and you gotta smell this shit. So it look like everything is so beautiful, but it smell like shit out here. That's like Outkast song, Roses. I know you like to think yo shit don't stink, but lean a little bit closer, see your roses really smell like boo boo ooh ooh. Hey, roses really smell like boo boo ooh. You know what I mean? People don't think they roses smell like shit because it looks so lavish, it looks so well put together. But it's some shit about to hit the fan because it's some tacky ass backhanded racism out here that's been in our faces bluntly to keep us all divided. So, as a light worker, I'm speaking on the shit because I'm sick of the smells. Focus on you. Every culture is a beautiful thing. If we see the beauty of each culture, and that everybody, it's just like being your individual self. If you see the beauty of being you individually, stay in your lane. Don't people say that all the time? Focus on you. Well, why can't every culture focus on their culture? And if you see another culture, you can still praise it, or even if you have to question it, it don't have to be with hate. And hate has been a domino effect, cycling. This movie hits about hate and about land and greed and money, power, respect, and how, because the twins, they bought this land, this juke joint, they turned it into a juke joint, and they brought their culture together in this juke joint. Now, some of the people, like I said, one of the twins, one of his the feminine energies in his life, because she was a divine feminine, but she also had like this impatient energy or built up anger over the years because of how their relationship dissolved or did not evolve or whatever happened. But she kept holding that on, and it's kind of like wanting him to feel bad about it. And he kept saying, look, I just wanted to keep you safe, and that safe was not with me. I think that's what he says at one point. Safe wasn't with me. And he wished it could have been different too. So, you know, she still wasn't over it though. And then with her passing for possibly being white or black, people had stuff to say about that too. Like, how'd she get in here? Because she didn't look like the culture black woman, right? But those were still like who she was connected to, more so than her other than her Caucasian side. Let's put it that way. So when racism is talked about, or when different races or interracial dating is talked about, it has like this stigma of ugh that comes with it sometimes from particular people, not everybody. So even to talk about it, it's like a tough discussion to talk about when you talk about race and when you talk about cultures and what's been hidden for centuries that's now coming to the light. 2025 on the timer. Yeah, this is the year of 2025 for things to be revealed. That's why I heard revelations. So things are now, cultural division is being more revealed in music and movies. It always has been, first of all. It's like it's okay to talk about it in a film, but it's not okay for me to talk about it in my real life. Where they do that at? So music has a way of changing the whole energetic plane, right? The whole frequency. Music is played on radios and frequency stations and shit. So whatever music they putting out here, even with TV shows, whatever they're putting out there, the frequency, it can like change the wave of it. So Sinners is that the frequency they put out was music. And there's a particular scene in that film where it's like all these different genres of music in this one time frame. And I think the movie takes place in 1932, but they at the juke joint, they got the music, they got their culture in there, they jamming, they vibing. And it's like there's a scene where it starts to go back in time and then it goes into the future with different cultural music in this one spot. So it's like music encompasses all timelines, realms, and dimensions. It's timeless. It's a timeless frequency. So even when we think about our favorites that have passed away, their music is still here. 22:11 on the timer. I saw 22:10. So their music is still here. It's timeless. It's classic. A classic, timeless. That's why I heard, that's gonna be why I heard classy and Hollywood stars. So a lot of Hollywood stars, like I'm hearing fallen stars, some of these fallen stars spoke truth about cultural clashings. And then the Politricks. So when we get to the Politricks, you have a lot of political figures. The ones who really spoke truth, what happened to them? Assassination, blackballed, blacklisted, whatever, shadow banned, silenced. If you are a true healer out here and you know your truth is going to ruffle some feathers, you know that your truth is going to make people possibly upset or question you or say, no, that's not what you should be doing. You know that your truth is going to speak and bring out some hidden ass truths. You know that your speech is going to create some domino effects regarding cultural and the culture of your people, of humanity, and how racism has always been like this tactic to create competition out here amongst people, to keep hatred involved. But let some money come into play. Let's get that dollar sign jingling in your face, or fold it. Hey, I got this for you. Let's go back to the back in the day. I'll pay you, or I'll pay you this some X amount of money to sell this person to me. Y'all, let's get deep with it. It's something about each culture that needs to understand the actual divine plan. And a lot of people don't. Let's think about the human race. When we say human race, we all humans. We all are classified as a race of people, but we're humans. We all have different blood types. We all got the same organs, placements. but we also have different DNA. So we all are humans out here in this race as different individuals. We're a human race. We're not a because coming together, because I did hear no unification. Okay, I'm trying to bring back what I heard earlier. Something's not unified. The human race is not unified. Instead, it's like a cultural clashing that has been this domino effect to keep races separated. So I'm hearing the Moors, Moors, the Moors. Y'all can look that up. It's an African. Let me actually look it up. Moors history. Yeah, Moors people. The term Moor is first used by Christian Europeans to designate the Muslim populations. It says, what authenticity were the Moors? The term Moor is a late antique and medieval Western European usage. Why do they have to say it like that? Usage to indicate dark-skinned North Africans of Arab and or Berber origin. So the Moors were dark people. So that, yeah, black in skin color. I was trying to read a little bit more, y'all bear with me. So North African Muslims. So that's pretty much, but they had darker skin tone, complected people, but they were also very rich and knowledgeable group of people. And certain people saw that, other races saw that and wanted it for themselves. And the Moors helped everybody. They didn't look at color. From what I'm understanding, from what I've seen, I probably need to touch up on my history with it too, but you guys can look it up if you want to. But basically, this movie is expressing, because this Asian culture is in this movie, Caucasian culture is in this movie, Indian culture comes into this movie. Of course, Black culture is the highlight of the movie because these are Black brothers. And so, and it's about Black people. And it's also heavy on religion, heavy on demonic ass entities and shit. It encompasses everything from all these timelines, realms, and dimensions, which is why that music and that scene is encompassing all the timelines, realms, and dimensions. That movie is so symbolic to where people will look at this movie and think that it's a whole ass demonic film. Because it does look like a whole ass demonic film. All right? It does. If your third eye is open and woke to the film, though, you will see all these fucking hidden messages. You will see it. This movie is talking about racism, about power, about land that's technically you free on, but it could be taken from you any given moment in time because people want greed and control and they're in competition with another race. And they want to have the upper hand on what happens to other races and other cultures. And so these brothers, the twins, they knew how to, I'm hearing shapeshift, but they knew how to be classy people and introduce themselves in this very polished business way. They knew a lot of politricks. They are, okay, these twin brothers in the film, Michael B. Jordan characters, they knew all about politricks out here. But see, when they got tricked by when they got this land, the thing was they thought that the money was gonna just settle everything. Here you go, I got cash. Boom. So they thought that they paid the debt and they good to go. But then over here, you have some people that's pissy about it and they rather operate in a competitive mindset, in an anger or evil mindset about them getting this land. So it, again, I don't want to like tell the movie because some of you haven't seen it. So that's why I'm trying to give like examples without really talking about it, because you might see it. But let's just say these people operated in some tacky ass ways because they wanted to compete. And so these politricks out here have created cultural tactics to keep a cycle of competition open. But Spirit is like, there's a completion, because it was 10:10. Thank you, Spirit, when I started clearing off my desk for the reading. And then I heard Declare and Decree deck. Yeah. It was 10:10. Spirit's like, that cycle is ending, because I'm hearing AI cycles are generating, and I'm hearing generations. AI cycles and generations. What are you trying to say, Spirit? AI, ooh, I'm hearing AI is cycling this new generation. But it's like it might be tacky, or it's the tactic. Okay, tactic. AI is cycling. Okay, type this new generation. AI is cycling this new generation. And when I hear new generation, I'm hearing like 2025, because we did see 2025 on a timer, and we are in the year 2025. But I'm hearing 2025 and beyond. Damn. They want AI to cycle. Like, when I hear cycle, like, you know, like a bike, like a cycle. They want this to keep cycling. Bear with me, guys. One moment. It's a tacky tactic. AI. AI is like a tacky tactic because of how I wrote it. I wrote tacky already. Then I just heard tacky tactic. AI. AI is cycling this new generation. Oh my gosh. The way I wrote that, it's like an evil eye. It's like a to watch. It's a more watchful eye, but it's tacky. I'm hearing the Most High is watching how they're trying to cycle out AI. And also, it's kind of like creating a new cultural division. AI is creating like a new tactic to keep cultural division. Oh, I see, Spirit. Social media. That's why this film, music and movies, because I heard Revelations, this film is talking about music and culturals. If I can talk. Y'all, it's a day. Bear with me. Different cultures here as well. And diversity. I'm hearing diversity. Culture. Politricks. Hollywood stars. Yeah, so the cultural division has been like the tactic that politricks use and Hollywood uses. That's why music and movies and economic here is this, it's a revelation call. Oh, so we are kind of like in the book of Revelations here, y'all. That's why these earthquakes and tsunamis are these fires, this land burning, the cold winter, more dense energy on earth and more tension, the inflation, all of this, even racism seems at an all-time high again, especially what's going on in the politricks of things. This movie came out in a perfect time frame for this timeline to see what's really happening. And a lot of people are still have a deaf ear to it, or they're still blind to it. Because a lot of people are also being silenced in this time. But that's why Most High is waking up so many light workers to do the light work and allow them to do, allow the ancestors to do the heavy work. Yeah. So light worker missions here are so many more light workers waking up to this. So you might encounter yourself with more actual true light workers and talk to these people, because their ancestors are being spoken through that individual. So basically, if you meet another light worker in the physical, like randomly, they're meeting you, but they're also meeting your ancestors. And you're meeting them, and you're also meeting their ancestors. Whatever exchange, I'm hearing exchange of volume. So whatever exchange of the volume is, what is that? Meaning like the volume, like you may exchange words through a frequency device as well, and or in a physical form. But the ancestors, when this person and you connect, both of your ancestors are connecting, and it's creating a bigger army. You get what I mean? To fight off these evil tactics out here. And that's why AI needs to cycle this new generation, because it's trying to keep a all-seeing eye through even social media and what you make post, or silencing people, shadow banning people. Because let's think of it, the wave of social media is through internet. Now everything is connected through the web, cable, phone, even like electronics, basically. Computer, everything is a Wi-Fi. Everything is Wi-Fi connected. Again, AI generated. And nothing wrong with AI. I feel like it has some great qualities to it. However, it's like also clashing with cultures, right? Or cultures, excuse me. I keep wanting to say cultural, like a cultural division, but I'm trying to say culture as well. And you have people who are the face of it. We can already know the Politricks who are creating division out here. And then we also know the Politricks to silence those who are trying to create unity out here. So unity is being silenced. Like real true unity, the people who speak that have been silenced in the past. And when a cultural people are moving and booming for their people, that gets turned down, that gets tarnished. Because people want to compete or keep holding the supreme, I'm hearing superior and supreme power. All right. And see, with this reading, this reading is about unity, but it sounds like it's about division, correct? But I'm talking about it because it's like a unified force here that spirit is trying to get people to wake up and see, because the politricks and Hollywood stars and music and movies and economic status can keep people divided. I went to New York the first time in 2022, and when I first went, of course, oh my God, it's so beautiful there. I love it. And there's so many people, and I was like, wow, this is like every continent in one state. Every continent, every culture of people in one state. Like I got lost a couple of times and asking for help. Oh, no English. Oh my gosh, like no English. I'm lost. How am I get somewhere? 4:44 on the timer. I was still divinely protected. But getting lost, and as you are divinely, you got to realize this journey is going to make you feel lost, but you do have divine protection that's always going to help find your way. And so this reading I'm hearing is like spirit protecting the divine chosen ones here to help expose all of this shit and keep them safe, because spirit knows that people who speak truth are oftentimes silenced, are unalived, are assassinated, are shadow banned, are blackballed, are confined for some reason, are framed, are gossiped about. You know, painting a picture of a negative ass person. It's the tactic here that they want you to think otherwise, that no, this isn't happening, or no, don't think that. And I love at the end of that movie, one of the twin brothers, he was like, oh, okay, this is how y'all gonna do things, but I got you. And I'm hearing an eye for an eye, but at the same time, it was like he was leaving a message, like, don't fuck with me. Excuse my language, but that's what I'm hearing. It's like don't mess with us over here. Or just love Game of Thrones, so perfect example. Arya Stark of Winterfell, for those of you who know. She had to go through a lesson of discernment to graduate and understand her power. And she learned from the best, the man with no name. And he was like a literal assassin in a way. So she learned from the best. And then her little self, nobody would ever think that she obtained all this knowledge about how to use her discernment and doing it ruthless, but only going, look, an eye for an eye, right? But she did it to leave a message. Like, remember, this was Arya Stark of Winterfell who was here. And she told it to one person, and they was like, oh my gosh. Like, what the fuck? Like, this person, yeah. So I'm hearing, be mindful of who you mess with. Because Spirit is saying you don't know the backing. Thank you, spiritual team. That's why you are meeting people of other light worker descent. And when they meet you, their ancestors are meeting you, and now their ancestors protect you. So they already have a sea of ancestors. You already have a sea of ancestors. So the sea just keeps getting endless, endless, endless. You can't see the end of it. So that's why people who are purposely putting out racism, competition, division, tacky tactics, or AI control, politricks out here to keep the world in a clash vibe, or an unstable vibe. Spirit is saying you see all through social media, but I see it from above. The Most High sees it from above. Okay, 44 on the timer. But social media, See, Spirit is going to make sure messages still get out. 44:55 on the timer that need to get out. So this movie, the movie Sinners, there's a lot of the conversations about this movie, and people there. I've seen some very woke people talking about the same thing that I'm even mentioning in certain ways, but I also see other people who have like this 3D vibe of it about race, and I'm hearing race wars, or some people have that still sleep approach. There wasn't enough killing, or there wasn't enough whatever. It wasn't really scary. It's like they're still sleep to the actual deepness of the film. If that's all you're focused on, you sleep to the real nitty gritty of this film in this particular time. And it's identifying so much at once in this film, especially the competition, and especially I'm hearing AI on the rise. What? AI on the rise. AI is trying to rise. AI is trying to rise above. Ooh, I love these cards. Oh my God, already. I can't believe I have them. I'm so excited. I have power in here. Ooh, look at this. All energy that blocks my servanty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy in spirit and in flesh. Love it. You guys could pause it usually. So how she does these cards, she writes it down and she releases it and burns it into the atmosphere. And this is pretty much the energy that has blocked even cultural, like inheritance. So your inheritance could be blocked because people want to do some foul, dirty shit out here. It's crazy. Some people are really, they speak against your bloodline, your lineage. And sometimes a cultural people, a whole race of people can block a whole nother race from progressing. Because it's like been doing this for centuries and centuries, it's crazy. So this makes sense that I saw that. All energy that blocks my servanty, birthright, and inheritance are cleared from my energy and spirit and in flesh. So if you unblock this from your own inheritance and your birthright, this again is unblocking that for your ancestors. And it can trickle down back into time to help clear this fucking energy of racism and competition and evil vibes towards each other. Ooh, look at this. All energy that blocks my spiritual gifts and insight are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Can also write that down as well and burn that. And I love this one. All internal fear of my divine power is now destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. We'll get another one. All fear of living and dying is destroyed from my energy in spirit and in flesh. A lot of these people want to live forever, and they make you feel like dying is something to fear. Just like aging. People don't want to fucking age. A lot of these Hollywood stars or Politrick people, they don't want to age. They want to keep their youthful look. But I'm hearing your organs age. your skin ages, you are naturally aging. We cannot stop growing. It's a natural process unless the Most High calls us home. But what lives on is your spirit, is the memory of you, your impact. Again, going back to, there's so many artists that have passed away that have left a huge ass imprint in this world with their music, with their acting, with their teachings, with their spirituality, with their purity, with their love. Like, a lot of people live on. So if you physically leave this world, you are so much alive in so many other cases out here in ways that you don't even know. And see, AI is trying to replace life by, I don't know if you guys watch Black Mirror, but Black Mirror is one of those shows on Netflix that's talking about like weird shit like AI and cloning and all of that, and trying to live forever. And so you can have devices that you can stick onto your head. Like, we have these interactive games now where you put on that and you could be in a whole different world. Well, now they're trying to make you feel pain in there. And it's like AI is literally trying to robot society, okay? That's what's trying to cycle this new generation. But then here you come, a whole ass light worker, just using your natural powers and natural gifts, and it's creating a whole new generation for people to wake up to. So AI is competing with your spiritual intelligence. Artificial intelligence is competing with spiritual intelligence. I had a reading about this like last year, more than once. Spirit, what else for the Declare and Decree deck, please? Thank you. Look at this. I'm gonna take these too. Oh my gosh. Yo. All contracts of bondage and slavery over myself and my lineage are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. That's basically what we just talked about. All contractual agreements made by myself and my ancestors that does not serve the highest good of my lineage are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. We just talked about ancestors and cultural division and even slavery, okay? And enslaved minds. Every culture of people had to go through something traumatic here. But it's kept the cultures divided as well, are in competition with each other. This one, okay, thank you, Spirit. This one goes back to the divine feminine, or the feminine energies in the film that the twin brothers were connected to. And one of them had the one who didn't want to let go. He was like, nah. But she had like this alluringness to him. This makes sense with this one. All sexual, physical, emotional, and spiritual cord attachments to all past sexual partners, both consensual and non-consensual, and the Jezebel spirit attached to those encounters are destroyed in spirit and in flesh. Okay? And that's kind of what he was tied to. He had a cord attachment to this person. Now this one, at the bottom of the deck, all mind control and illusions created by the powers that were, are now destroyed in spirit and in flesh. You see what I mean? All mind control and illusions created by the powers that were. So those Politrick people are Hollywood stars that have power and control. Their word is the end all be all, right? The star statuses are changing. Intergalactic energy is changing the wave of AI and social media. So yeah, AI advancement may be cycling this new generation. However, you have a spiritual advancement that cannot be recycled, that cannot be duplicated, no matter what. AI can never have that. And these powers that were people know that shit. And that's why they'll try to keep a culture of people down, especially even the spirit. I'm hearing the spiritual culture, not necessarily spiritual community, but there's a spiritual culture out here, because every person, every realm of culture has a spiritual leaders involved. So it is important to find spiritual community, but a lot of times spiritual community is operated with physical 3D mindsets of greed, power, lust, respect. Like even with the twins, they brought the community, but it was ran on like, so the twins in the film bought the juke joint, they brought community together, but it was also ran on 3D mindset of greed, money, power, making it big, being known, having fame, having the women, having the whatevers, the connections and all of this and the land, and it was overlooked by so much more that they should have paid more attention to and using their discernment. So Spirit is telling you in this time, as you grow, your discernment is key, and you are unlocking a lot of things here in your culture, in the whole grand scheme of the world here. I hope this reading made sense. It was a little choppy. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to stop it a couple of times, but whatever. If you watched this so far, thank you so much. I do appreciate each and every one of you so much, more than you know. You can always thumbs it up and like to share it. You can always email me if you want to get in touch. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'll come back with another message as well. I don't know about what, but we gonna see. Feel like another message is here, so we'll see. But thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, don't force it. Peace, love, light. Namaste.